guys, BradM73 here. We're back with another issue of Star Wars Build the Millennium Falcon. This time we're here with issue 16, which I think it looks pretty simple. We have our first piece of corridor tubing. I think what is a walkway. And then we have a piece, another piece of, another piece of metal framing and another armor paneling. So let's take a look at the magazine first. Have not looked through this one yet. Actually, I did flip through it. I lied. Let's see, the YT-1760 small transport. It's got some information about that, apparently. It's got some interesting information on the ice fields of Hoth. Also some stuff on the snow speeders. More information on the Falcon's layout. It's nice to have reference pictures here, but this one's actually almost false color. It's almost like it's a sepia and not actually how it appears in the movie. What I would really like to see out of a lot of these magazines are more photos, properly color balanced, so that we can really see what the inside of these are like. Like original production photos and things like that. Again, we have more of the internal layout. I think they even talk a little bit about the differences in the design, what was originally planned versus like episodes 4 and 5 and so on. This is what we've got for this issue, assembling the corridor arches. I actually did that in the last episode, which would have been episode 15, because there was really nothing to do in that episode. And now there's nothing to do in this episode, except for putting in the flooring and everything. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'm not going to, we just have to screw things in. I don't have to actually glue anything. And then we can put the corridor arches in just to test fit those. And I actually have, I should have brought my the hold-in with me, but I didn't. So here's what it's going to look like when we're finished. And along with the additional paneling. So, and then, once it's finished, we're going to have, almost not the whole back, but very close to the whole back of the... Well, actually, it's the front. I keep thinking it's the back. It looks like the back, but it's not. It's the front. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to sit down in my chair here. I always like to stand up when I'm kind of displaying everything and sit down when I need to get to work. All right, I don't know if you can... Oh, it's reflecting off the... I have like these big, studio photography lights in here. And that's a nice big piece there. Again, the piece of paper, which we don't need. I have a spare somewhere. And our first little piece of corridor tubing here. And so I'll probably, let's see, I'm going to just look at this really quick. I think if I put this in here like so, I think I'm going to be able to prime it, on the inside. I actually have some primer, and then I'll have some black paint that I'll probably go over that with. Actually, it might even be... No, it is actually black primer. So I'll wash these off really good, and then I will prime this in black. And then I've got a color, it's XF63, which I'm thinking about using as a base coat. It's called German gray. It's a fairly dark gray, and so I think I'm gonna do the first coat of that when I get my airbrush in, and then I'm going to go back over and just kind of dry brush some aluminum very, very lightly, and probably some grays and things like that, just to kind of, give it some tone. And then I'll probably use like a lacquer, like a semi-gloss lacquer to go across the floor, just to give the floor a little bit of shine. Because from looking at the movies, the flooring is really, really, it almost looks like it would be really slick. Like if you dropped a glass of water, you would just be slipping and sliding around on it. So I don't know. It'd be like really cool to run through with socks. Just slide around like a little kid again. So I'm going to go ahead and just attach this, I guess. So there's 6 screw holes. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws. I really like how they give us extra screws. Bravo, DeAgostini, bravo. Okay, so there's 6 screws. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. Oh yeah, that's okay. That's 6. Sorry, my eyes were playing tricks on me. Again, these are the self-tapping screws, and just go slow with these. You don't have to over-tighten them. Once they're snug, okay, it's still not snug. It's getting closer. I actually think the tip of my screwdriver kind of stripped the other day, which kind of surprised me. But maybe it's just the black paint coming off of it or something like that. Okay, so now those 2 are snug. It's not going in the flooring is not going to go anywhere. And we can continue on. And since this is the first time that we're actually screwing these in, we don't have to worry about back screwing to align the threads or anything like that. Because there are none yet. And then, let's see, while we're just sitting here, month number 5 is going to include issues 17, 18, 19, and 20. And in issue 17, it looks like we'll get the padding, most likely for the walls here. And it looks like we'll get the top piece that goes over there, as well as, I think there's a ring that goes right here, so that this actually fits into the, fits onto the hold cleanly, as well as we'll get another piece of framing, which will go actually right over here. If you can see where I'm pointing, it's right there. But we'll see that again in just a moment. Okay, I'm going to have to hold this while I'm screwing it in. Because it does not... Oh, no, that's in. Okay. Get on there. Get on there. Okay, there we go. And we'll screw this piece in. This will be a pretty short episode. Okay. So I just want to push in on this one. Okay, now it's all the way in there. Okay, so we're gonna have this. Actually, it doesn't even rock around. That's good. Well, I guess it wouldn't because of the curve. So these four corners, or well, not corners, but these padded archways will actually fit here, here, and here. And again, I'm not going to glue anything down. I'm going to have to test fit a lot of the pads and things like that. And I'm going to wait. Well, actually, we'll get, when we have issue 17, I should have all the pads that we'll need. Plus, I still need to do the sanding on these inner archway pads here. So that's kind of cool to get that part assembled. Finally feeling that actually the hallway to me feels bigger than I was expecting it to. But anyway, okay, so we've got that out of the way, and finally, okay, I don't need the self-tapping screw. Finally, we can get this part put in. I'll just pull this right out of the bag. Set that over here. And this is going to go right here. And since I already have a couple screws open, I think I only need 2 of the screws for right now. And we have 3 in this package that's unopened. I'm going to save that one. And I have 2 other packages over here that we have screw extras on. Including a paper clip there, which I'm going to throw away. So yeah, we've got these 2 little extra screws, and I'm just going to line these guys up, and we're going to screw them down. Again, I go counterclockwise, well, counterclockwise until I feel that thread align. No, I'm not really feeling it. Not really feeling it tonight, babe. There we go. Now I feel it. I feel it. Okay. This one definitely seems to go in pretty darn tight. And I did align the threads ahead of time. That doesn't seem right. It doesn't feel right. Okay, that felt much better. I hope I didn't cross-thread that. Okay, that's in there much better. All right, so let's tighten down this last piece right here, or the last screw. Okay. Now, this piece should actually fit in much better. It's nice and flat all through there. So this piece will go on like so. We got a bunch of points here where it's going to fit together. So yeah, now that's not going to go anywhere. So now we've got that big piece on there. All right. And now is going to be this piece right here. Just kind of lays over this. So, we're all falling apart again. I actually feel like putting a couple of these, the threaded screws, just to kind of hold certain panels in place so that everything, aligns a little bit better. I just have to be careful if I'm to remove them down the line so that I don't strip anything out. And again, this just fell out. But I mean, this piece here is just barely in. There's just 2 little holes that's holding that in. Where on this side we've got all all the metal pieces running down to really hold it in place. But if we flip this back over, try to push that into place. I don't want to push down on it too hard because I don't want to stretch the framing that much. Actually, I don't want to stretch it at all. But there we are. Well, I don't think this is really going to stay together too well like that, but you get the idea of where we're going with this. So, we pretty much have, almost close to a full quarter of the bottom of the Falcon completed now. And I can go through and throw some of these little empty bags away. And, oh, there's one more thing I want to do before I go. Okay, guys, we're back. And one thing I just wanted to show you guys really quick was, kind of setting up the corridor ring here with, with the actual hold. And this would actually sit down. I'm assuming that we're eventually going to glue this in place. But once we glue it, the hold isn't actually going to set flat onto the surface here. So we're going to have to be kind of careful and just follow the instructions and glue or screw or whatever we have to do. That rhymed. And anyway, we'll get that back into place. Once we get all of the ring and whatever we need, it'll kind of make a little bit more sense, I think. But there that part is, even though it doesn't actually fit. And I'm really thankful to see that there is a little bit of a step going from the cargo hold area into the corridor there. And oddly, I've just noticed that this corridor flooring is not exactly flat. So I don't know if I'm going to have to take this back out. I don't know if you can see. Shaking my camera around. There's actually a little lip right here that's right there that's not flat. So I'm going to have to experiment with that. I'll do that off camera, but it might be something really simple. I'll loosen up the screws and see if rescrewing it helps. And then if not, I'll just go from there. So one last thing I wanted to show you guys before I go was I'd had a few people asking about my paint job. And this is actually the set of 3 rings that I did with issue 15. And this one, I think, is the corridor ring. I want to say it's from issue, I want to say 9, but it might have even been before then. It's been so long ago, I don't really remember, and I haven't looked through the book. But this is actually the first corridor ring that you get with, the first wall piece and the opening there. And this was something that I painted and I weathered up at that time. And I like the way it looks, but I think it's almost too dirty. And so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take some isopropyl alcohol. It's just regular isopropyl alcohol that you can buy at a drugstore, but I get the 91% instead of the 71 or 70%, whatever it is. And it's just a stronger base, and it's a better thinner for the acrylic stuff. I have not yet sanded the rings here, but I will get to that eventually. But I just wanted to kind of show you the difference in the color between the two. So I do want to kind of keep this more grungy look, but not quite so extreme. So I want to find kind of a balance between this and this. So anyway, that's going to be it for now, guys. Thank you so much once again for joining me on this amazing journey. I know there are other people out there who are also, building their kits as well and following along with me, and I really appreciate all the support that I get from you guys. And you guys help me a lot too. If I've got questions that I don't know the answers to, I can ask the community, and you guys always step up or provide some answers. Maybe not always what I want, but it's always good to have input from people who are like-minded in their endeavors. So, I can remember years ago when I used to build all my Aliens model kits, that I just had to kind of follow the instructions and hope everything turned out all right. And it could be pretty tough sometimes, but it's a lot of fun. I can share it with you guys, and I can see what you guys are doing with your builds, and kind of take some ideas from different people, and people will take ideas from me, and I just love that kind of collaboration. So it's a lot of fun. But in the meantime, guys, thank you so much. Please don't forget to subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, give me a like, and we'll see you back with month number 5 and issue 17. Bye for now, guys. I'm Brad M73. See you next time.